grandmother has a ritual. Each time I travel to the countryside, she unlocks her granary and packs a bag of groceries for my return. She does this for my 3 cousins, all my distant relatives, and for each visiting guest. In test, I always make an attempt to decline, but she's ever intent in keeping this olden tradition. Irio biro bia kungana na ntere kawita kurero impara Nairobi. There is more than enough here, and I will not have you starving in the city. In December 2022, my visit came on the wake of a 3-year-long drought, the worst in her 70+ years of living. I could tell of the empty racks in her store by the fact that she didn't bother to lock the door. And as sad as that was, a part of me was glad that this time she will not have to trouble herself. This time she won't have to raid a stock to aid my costly lonesome existence in a rented city flat. But on the eve of my departure, she looked from across the table and said, I sent her boda to buy you some potatoes and tomatoes from the market. Aware of the futility of my efforts, I tried to air my objection, but a defeated smile is all I could muster when she added, you need the food much more than I need the money. I've been thinking about that a lot. How the world needs people like my grandmother. How I've learned to value people from my grandmother. How her seemingly misplaced tradition could possibly be the vision for our future. With the signs signaling of dire days and science warning of a much warming globe, my grandmother's ritual is like a breath of fresh air, a gust of moist winds floating over bare arid plains, eager for restoration. Whatever the cost, she's glad to pay. Like a distant seasonal storm flooding a desolate riverbed, my grandmother's ritual summons our collective sense with each visit. Perhaps to remind us that no grain of soil, however rich and fertile, is enough on its own. Or perhaps through our relentless efforts to bring a scattered community together to teach us that no challenge is insurmountable. Sometimes all you need is a familiar tradition and a barn packed with groceries, and maybe, just maybe, a little money in your pockets.